at the NDC yes ye I say true regimes will be a talk tax yes the same thing but what I'm trying to say is that in terms of superior and strategic communication framework to preempt the public and prepare as contingency measures. See a baby and send opposition edge over us to confuse them. Only be a yes ye. Papa but there's justification, say ye live in ya. Won't you say because IMF now is a noboa. You can't know out here. When there are problems in communities, just that and she share one. Ebisi abai kasa on koso wako. When was all Ghana how no as individual or in the family. Money team posa adi they coming yada. But circumstances to me ba na say why? And very realistic with issues. Say abai tum. Say their papa ne can a friend be so, a coin be so. But let us accept the fact that the situation we find ourselves in, and yet because abai we or neck. It is not true. There are challenges that we did about a 60-year-old problems with all of us, and yet we need to look at that. So I can tell me say about exchange rate. In Japan, when I'm exchange rate in Yajma. Or money import driven, a buy way. Oh, corruption was system, a buy way.
A buy way the they promise to deliver. And no, I agree. Say a 60-year.
The American say not until say you may honest say. Say listed variables. See, and your how atro me be in fear do see. NPP bar na NDC di abono. NDC bar na NPP di abono. No man no so fu oyebi. Enti yanko sa forever. What is the best option? And is there any alternative? Can we introduce new paradigm shift? And say enough is enough. On my bêên it is a Ghana say anka. Ghana anka Abobensio.
Yeah, but we have a government in place. Let the government act on them.
Boss, me to question as
it's been 6 years.
Me bow. About we be 1 DNF. Me boa.
Yes.
1 DNF it hasn't been probably as successful as ye can. But a good policy, a move a beer, ya produce baby, but enough. Because problem here, 60-year-old problem. Won't in fact 6 months, 6 years and solve it that do especially against the attitude of we Ghanaians. Yen yinaka humbi. And yes, simple said you all can on. On my about take decision. AG say why anya me buofu. Good as o ya me bubufu. Mommy and can crow. And yes, simple say obi to a so straightforward sir. And what I'm trying to say is NDC can be a can be. Ebia obi can be. NPP come NDC can be. And every day, no, you recycle sanyema we no. I don't believe in that. Society and your money, there should be a point where we can pull the brakes. Then Abai decided to obeko IMF because of the Enyamama chronically. Then Crofosio and global idea biana Ivory Coast almost all the francophone countries and Omoka. People should understand the fact that socio-economic structure, most of them don't even run that central banks with sovereignty to determine our national major primary economic goals. And they deal directly with
Paris,
France, Paris, and they determine most of their things. So how can you compare the two? And even when we make a statement, say we are saying, I'm not making a statement to say I compare US and UK, but you're saying, say, this issue you have to be systemic and unsystemic. You can't systemic in finance or even in management. A risk factors you cannot diversify as individual organization or people. Abeto ye so on the market. And you are unsystematic specific risk factors. Say BBC ne wiase dwaso nyina nya how also ne kra ya niam ba. No obi de niam ba na 4,000 na oje 12,000. How can you say Saudi okrom there you don't get it in waban? But okay say abayaba including this government and the private sector yentimi anhyehyɛ niam ye am yan create enough job and produce niam bebre and depending on our own market until some of these things are affecting na metewase. That one you cannot argue. But ultimately, in terms of inflation is 7%. Annual growth was 7%. Policy rate every about 26%, about 12 to 14, 13. Interest rate almost 37, about 20%. Our picking GDP from 4.2. Na ene de BBS ya osi abani nya hwe wa boy empam obi a. How can people be? Look, NDC the omo politics. I agree, because NPP would have done same. But mamufo ni hu say politics na bi no mo ye. It is not all that hopeless. Hey, Obi, Ghana ha, adia ha adwene hu. The educational segment will be a demon ebusia. Tetino mo kan college. Kumase for nko ade kan college. So abeka ya. I thought that ebusia be 10, ebu 2 penny team college. Letter free abochire na akra nim free school ma yenkan ana yekopu obi. Obi aba ban mu. Osisi e fra Kwame Asante. Se odi ni laye, se odi amehe, se o papa free north, south, western part of Ghana or central part of Ghana. Se o mami to okodu anabo there. We're taking the risk and then the attacks and the insult cause school free. Okay, say anonkwa no why? Why na catch us say anonkwa? Interchange is a work room akesi. Yeah, any time bay. And then in some yeah, any time bay. Railway me ko water region say am patrol and some show for munko railway akwan pay go. Go and see. Na asema ba na esika sam wadodo ye ho ache ye a. Minkasa dia ban where you be ayo. How can I say that? Minti minkasa. Ebi a policies ni bi dia nya dia meti ase. But the point we are making is that if people don't stop say comparisons and attacks because they are politicians, then we will compare. And nobody should stop us. But I say asamaba, aha, you default. What is the way forward? Then we'll do that. The problem is global. You cry a baby into a house abeto. What do we do? And then people talk about corruption. And no correct. Can you say we are corruption in the pillars of every society today are these institutions or bodies. 1, politicians now themselves are buying. 2, judiciary. 3, security. 4, media. 5, religion and tradition, or religious and traditional bodies. Can anybody come and tell me in this country, say institutions are maboying, including religion and traditional bodies, corruption in him? Me busao enim entina ene yakase ye yi nanado any former president Mahama respectfully omumienu ye yi omo ayi Dr. Baumia ni ayi ebia na anaje ye yi stika ye yi John Jinapo ye yi Abu Jinapo ye yi nyina ye find new set of Ghanaians and to person catch say problems you're having today can be solved within 5 years. Papa, you see the sweetness of the pudding is in the eating thereof. So on say nam kwa no mu awon tene de enye simple sir. But most of the problems you're having today no a NPP NDC na create, do you know why? Say NDC was so na fa ngo bo kosora na ani afa gallons. NPP was so na kosora no afa gallons. NDC ya taxa ni ama yensa so. NPP ya taxa ni ama yensa so. Any different marking scheme for Ghanaians. And they attack ye. Unrealistic expectations. Yeni ankasa because of politics. And I'm saying mrena ye do no. Ye nyina nsra banifache. Na ye introducing new paradigm shift. Say sa niema we ebeye dey na Ghana ha. Ye say ebedu we bi anka de ye ni edi na bi aka na de akọ because ye obi bia. And yet technology when it comes to mineral and stuff. I'm not even talking about gold and cocoa and these big things. So man can boyfriend ade assassin go here machine. Kwa the transfer mechanization near the machine produce we here technology. Oh bottle award the idea for home, watch home, made in Ghana and numbi, export to be school feeding Kramuni be. I don't say kokra. These are basic things of money and trust in unibium. And even the apportioning of who is in charge of what. Obronisi Efre be management of the configuration of your key resources and core competences. Huh? Baby outi. Say yanko pa e madam. Sabe awiyonfo ba no PhD meboa.
Yes.
Who PhD?
Dabi.
Opa de oti yamfa metra me faili. Opa fa me betra de oti. I can do it. I thought that who can strike best? Who can be in the post? Everything God has created in this world is useful. What you say? But the usefulness of anything in the world lies in the discretion and the exclusive right of the beholder. Etino obi fa second no dia wo obi agiska obi di twitwa nam no awe